Hi friends, it's Jessica. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I would like your help to choose a book for my May TBR. I have way too many books in my backlist. I have a lot of books that I have purchased because they were a very good deal at a used bookstore or a thrift store. But then I have downgraded them on my list because I am so bad to read all of the new releases that came out and not read any of these titles on my backlist. So today, what we're going to do is we're going to go through a list of books that I picked off my shelves that I own that I keep not putting in TBRs. I think about putting them in TBRs, I will pull them off the shelf for a prompt, and then I don't read them. So after you watch this video, what I need you to do is go down into the comments, leave me a comment, let me know which book you would like to see me read and why. So I'm calling this video Backlist Battle. And if it gets me to read one of these books, it may come back again. And I hope you all enjoy seeing the books that I keep not picking and forcing me to read one. I actually picked 7 books. So for each one of these books, I'm going to give you a little pitch. I'm going to tell you why I purchased it, why I wanted to read it, and also why I keep not reading it. And then you all can be the judge and choose which one you think I would enjoy the most, or which one you think I would hate the most. It's up to you. But give me your vote, and I will read the one that wins. The first book that I've chosen is Generationship by Michael Mammay. In this riveting standalone novel from Michael Mammay, author of Planetside, the beginning of a new human colony must face tyrannical leaders, revolution, crippling instability, and an unknown alien planet that could easily destroy them all. Why did I buy this? I bought this because Generationship is one of my favorite tropes in science fiction. If a book is set on a generation ship, I probably want to read it. Now, why have I not read it? Because I got online and I read the reviews before I read it, and they got in my head a little bit. It doesn't have bad reviews, but it has kind of middling reviews, which doesn't mean I won't like it. But in my head, if it has less than a 4-star, I'm going, oh, is it really going to be worth it? I mean, it's kind of long. It's 581 pages. I have never read anything by this author. It seems like this is going to be political sci-fi that is set on a generation ship. And political sci-fi is not always my favorite, but again, I'm interested in reading it. It has the title Generation Ship, and I need to get to it. And it's been on my TBR since it came out in 2023, and I am interested in reading it. So if you think I should read this one, leave me a comment down below. The next book that you have to choose from is one that is for all the people who would like to see me have to read a really long one. And that is Jonathan Strange and Mr Norrell. You see me hefting it up, by Susanna Clarke. I have tried to read this book 2 or 3 times and not completed it, but that was about a decade ago when I first got it. So I think at this point, I am way less intimidated by giant door stoppers of books, which this one definitely is. And I feel like I need to read it. I feel like it's a classic, and I don't know why I haven't read it, except that I am super intimidated. And as I said, I started it twice and didn't finish it. I don't remember why. It was a long time ago. It's on my books I couldn't finish list on Goodreads if you want to look at that. But I do want to finish it, so I want to do it again. This is a story that is set in the 19th century England, where there are magicians, and it is told in this kind of Charles Dickens style, which I really enjoy, or at least I enjoy Dickens. So why wouldn't I enjoy this? But I haven't picked it up again, and it's just sitting on my shelf, taking up a lot of space, so I need to know if I'm going to like it or not. So if this is your pick, leave your comment down below. Now we have the only non-fantasy sci-fi book on this, which is actually a mystery, and it is Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson. I went into my Goodreads to-read list, and I actually had just declared that I had bankruptcy, like to-read bankruptcy, and deleted everything before 2018, but this has been on my TBR since it came out, which I think was somewhere around 2018. Yeah, 2018. So this has been on my TBR since 2018. It's the start of a series, a mystery series, young adult. I think that the reason why I haven't read it is because it's young adult. And I don't always vibe with young adult books anymore, but sometimes I do. And I've heard good things. And I do have a goal to read more mysteries this year. So, and I know this one's very popular, that the whole series is super, super popular. So I would really like to read it, but I keep not choosing it. It's a theme. So if this is one that you've read and you think I would enjoy, go ahead and leave your vote. Okay, now we have The Beautiful Ones by Silvia Moreno-Garcia. I bought this book at a charity shop a couple years ago. I think I love the cover. I think I bought it because the cover is my favorite color. It's the same color as everything in my library that I'm sitting in right now. I love it, but I haven't read it. And I think the reason why I haven't read this book is because I read another book by the author, which was Mexican Gothic. And I know everybody loves Mexican Gothic, and I just didn't vibe with it. I read it, I gave it kind of a 3-star rating. It was all right. It wasn't my kind of Gothic horror. And I know this one's not Gothic horror. I know it's different. It says, they are the beautiful ones, Loisel's most notable socialites, and this spring is Nina's chance to join their ranks, courtesy of her well-connected cousin. But the grand season has just begun, and already her debut has gone disastrously awry. She has always struggled to control her telekinesis. Neighbors call her the Witch of Old House, and the haphazard manifestations of her powers make her the subject of malicious gossip. So I get the impression that this is sort of, Bridgerton mixed with magic, but I don't know if that's true. But I do know it has a romance in it. I haven't picked it up, but I am interested in reading it, if for no other reason than because I think this cover is so beautiful. And we have another chunky book here. We have Stephen King. We have Stephen King's Fairy Tale. I have never read a fantasy novel by Stephen King. I know the Dark Tower series is a thing, but I'm very intimidated by how long some of those books are and how long they seem to get increasingly longer as the series goes on. And I do like Stephen King. I have read all of his classics and a lot of his newer stuff as well. I actually really enjoy Stephen King's writing, but as I said, I've never read a fantasy from Stephen King, and I am skeptical. And this is another one that I probably read reviews for and went, I don't know. Maybe it's good, maybe it's not. Although I do like Stephen King. Let me read a little bit of the blurb. Charlie Reed looks like a regular high school kid, great at baseball and football, a decent student, but he carries a heavy load. When Charlie is 17, he meets a dog named Radar and his aging master, Howard Bowditch, a recluse in a big house at the top of the hill. Sometimes strange sounds emerge from it. He starts doing odd jobs for Mr. Bowditch and loses his heart to Radar. When he dies, he leaves Charlie a cassette tape telling a story no one would believe. What Bowditch knows, and has kept secret all his long life, is that inside the shed is a portal to another world. So it's a portal fantasy, which I don't think I knew. So I learned something new. And do you know that I think it was last week that I realized that this cover is not a dragon's eyeball. It is, in fact, a staircase with a dog and a kid going down. No idea. Didn't notice. And I own the book, and I obviously didn't look at the cover. So if you have read this and you think I would enjoy it, or you would like to see me read it and get my thoughts on it, leave a comment and let me know. 2 more books on this list of choices, and the first one is The Last Tale of the Flower Bride by Roshani Chokshi. This is a gothic, kind of a gothic horror fantasy thing, I think. It says, a sumptuous Gothic-infused story about a marriage that is unraveled by dark secrets, a friendship cursed to end in tragedy, and the danger of believing in fairy tales. And I have read before the first chapter, maybe, of this book, and I think the writing is super, super beautiful. But I haven't picked it up, and I don't know why. So if this is something that you think I would enjoy, and you have enjoyed, leave a comment and let me know. And now the last book that we have to choose from here is The Light Brigade by Kameron Hurley. I love this cover. I have never read anything by this author. This is a science fiction story about basically astronauts, soldiers in some futuristic military world who travel at these really fast speeds and sometimes don't come back right. I think there might be a little bit of a horror element to it. I read the first chapter, like the prologue, at least a year ago, I think over a year ago, and it didn't really feel like my vibe. It felt like it might be a little bit more gritty than I prefer, but you know what? That was a year ago. This is now, and I am trying to stretch my limits. And I feel like this might be something that I would like to read. So if you have read this one and you think I would enjoy it, or you would like to see my thoughts on it again, just leave a comment. All right, so I have not put these in the right order for picking them up, but let's do a quick recap. We have Generationship by Michael Mammay, Jonathan Strange and Mr Norrell by Susanna Clarke, Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson, The Beautiful Ones by Silvia Moreno-Garcia, Fairy Tale by Stephen King, The Last Tale of the Flower Bride by Roshani Chokshi, and The Light Brigade by Kameron Hurley. So now it is your turn to leave me a comment and let me know if this book is your favorite book. And also, you can let me know if some of these books aren't worth it, but I am going to read whatever book the most people choose. So please leave a comment down below, and I will make a community post when I figure out which book has won. I'm going to leave this open for 1 week. So this will close on Thursday, April 24th, so that I have time to get my TBR video done and put it up for the next month. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you're able to help me find a new favorite, or at least get through a little bit of my backlist. I hope that you all have a fantastic day. I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.